Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Hopefully everyone can hear me well. Hopefully the audio is pretty good tonight. I think we got a pretty good show in mind for tonight. Let me pull up the banners and get everything ready. 1 second. All right, we already got some folks in the chat tonight. Icy847 number 9. Hey, Icy, pleasure to have you tonight. Just catch you on the replay. Hope so. Icy, have a great night, and I will be happy to see you on that replay. Let me lower down this music a little bit. And hopefully my audio is a little bit better this week. Last week I was a little bit quiet. Hopefully that should not be a problem. Okay, let me get this screen shared. 1 second here. We're gonna get started in just a moment. Hopefully everybody's had a great week. I have some really nice meal tomorrow I'm gonna be making. I'm excited about that. Got a rack of lamb I'm going to be making. Yes, indeed. And what do we have for this week? Well, let me introduce you folks. We've got a new segment this week. Okay, let me take off the screen here, and I think we're almost ready to go. Oops. All right. Now I'm going to finish welcoming everybody in. Geez. 1 second here. I got to get my music off. All right, now we can start the show. Yes, welcome to Icy. Welcome in Fiona's mom. Happy Dr. Phil Wednesday. Welcome in Fiona's mom. Good to see you tonight. This should be a banger. I hope so, Purple Lilacs. I got a new segment. I'm going to be going over some social media, folks. Not just limiting myself to YouTube from now on. I'm going to be going to Instagram, TikTok, and who knows where else. No problem. Enjoy, Fiona's mom. Hey, Fatty the Fed. Hopefully you're having a good night. Nirvana, good to see you. Hopefully you're doing good. Hello, Tendies. That's such a cute picture you got there. Hey, Dorsaiden. Hope you're good tonight. Hope you're feeling well. Good. The audio is good. Excellent. Welcome in, Olga, okay? Alizu, what's up? Oh, I got a treat for you, Alizu. NAL has been putting out so much content. I know you like NAL. I got a segment from NAL tonight, so hopefully it'll be a good one. Welcome in, Lynn. Hopefully you're having a good night. JaeBae Carpenter. Hello. Steady C. Hey, everybody. Good to see you, Steady. All right. I think we're ready to get it started here. Okay, so what's the schedule for tonight? Let me tell you the plan for tonight. I got 3 main segments for tonight. I got, let me actually pull up my little description. That'd be the fastest way to do it. I got the brand new segment, the social media segment, where I'm going to be covering a health at every size influencer named JaeBae. I think this one is going to be pretty funny. I kind of know a little bit about JaeBae already. I know some other people do as well. So it's going to be fun. I'm also going to be covering NAL because she's been just on a tear as of late. And I'm also got a little bit of Foodie because I know a lot of people, they love to see Foodie. And I need my little bit of Foodie myself. So we're going to start off with a little bit of Old Reliable. Foodie has just started a brand new diet. I'm going to run this video. We're going to speed through it a little bit, and this is going to show us what she's been eating in the day. And then we are going to go into, I think we'll go into NAL, and then we'll end with JaeBae. Does that sound good? I think that's a preliminary plan for tonight. All right, yes. Yes, welcome in, welcome in. Oh, hello, House Hannibal. Welcome in, Hannibal. Hope you're having a good night. He's got a good, Hannibal's got his own show on later tonight. So definitely be sure to check him out later after this show is over. I think I'll be sending you folks over there. All right. She is now banned on Twitch. Well, I'm sure she'll find another place. All right. Yes, new stuff. Absolutely new stuff. Okay, so let's get started with some of Foodie. Some of you may have seen this, but I still want to give my opinion on this. This is the most interesting stuff Foodie's put out this week, in my opinion. Volume turned up. And last week, Foodie was a little bit loud.
Well, hello there. Did you know that you can request a...
Last week, Foodie was a little bit loud compared to me, so hopefully this week it'll be a little bit more even than volume levels. Okay, so let's get it started. So Foodie's going to do some cooking. I'm always interested to get your opinions. Foodie is officially starting a diet. I think the way she describes it is really fun. So this is her diet. First meal of the day. Doesn't look so bad, right? Oh, and of course, the obvious lie. 330 pounds. Does anybody believe that? Does anybody believe Foodie is still 330? I don't. I don't believe that for 1 second. She's been 330 in a year. A tirade of slurs. Well, I've got a video that mentions slurs and things. Hopefully, some of them at least are bleeped out, because I don't want to get in trouble for rebroadcasting it. Oh man, Fallen Angel putting me on to that. Yes indeed, yes indeed. Oh, welcome to Capricorn NJ. Egg abuse. Yeah, this is hilarious how she makes this egg. She is living in fantasy land, Nirvana. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to be just a little bit of a nitpicker. I'm going to say when you got the non-stick pan, you shouldn't be using the metal spatula, because that'll scratch it up. And what kind of maniac squishes the egg yolk? Who does that? Who does that? I mean, you make scrambled eggs, or make a fried egg. But who makes a fried egg and then squishes out the yolk? I don't get that. Okay, so here we got some supplements. Oh, and Elisa, you gotta let me, when we watch the edited version tonight, you can let me know if anything really good was cut out. At least I hope so. Right, Camps? Even us guys know that. The music's really loud. Okay, I can turn it down a little bit. Thank you, Steady Sing. Foodie's videos have been a little bit louder lately. I think she took the criticism. So anyway, here, let me share some knowledge, or at least what I hope is correct knowledge, what I believe to be correct knowledge. Grass-fed collagen peptides. Healthy stuff. Now, the thing is, Foodie, and I've said this before, Chantel's health problem is absolutely her diet. But it's not a lack of nutrients. And I don't think it's real. I don't think she's lacking protein. At least most days, she's not lacking protein. Some days she is. Some days she eats nothing but carbs and fat and salt. But most of the time she gets some protein. But either way, I like adding the protein powder. I use a collagen protein powder myself. I think it's good stuff. I use a serving every morning with my coffee. So yeah, I like this, but let's see what else she has. Let's say this is gonna make the meal. Okay, so here we got the meal. We got the sandwich, egg sandwich, yogurt, and we'll let her describe the rest.
All right, I have my 3-in-1 with collagen. I have a big bottle of cold water. I have my medicines. I have to take my vitamins. So, welcome.
No problem, Jamie. I will reduce it.
To another video. And my mukbang yesterday, my Burger King breakfast one. So before I say that, I have to take my metformin with breakfast and then with dinner. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Really, Olga? I'm not familiar with that. I had always assumed that collagen was pretty healthy, even if you were overweight. But if there's some reason you shouldn't be taking it, I would be interested to know. I know that for somebody who's otherwise in good health, collagen protein is a good supplement to have, but I'm not sure specifically of the consequences if somebody's very morbidly obese.
Those pills are huge. If any of you have a problem swallowing pills, you're gonna, I don't know, have a hard time. So I have a light Activia apricot and peach yogurt. And this is how I make my breakfast sandwich. So, bismillah. Let's see if I make it better than Burger King.
Sounds good.
I don't know.
Yeah, collagen, I mean, pretty much any protein powder is good if you need more protein. But again, and I'd be interested to hear if anyone has a different opinion on this, but I've always felt that Foodie's problem is the calories. She's somebody who, if she did calorie counting and stuck to it, I think she would do all right, because she eats some food that's kind of healthy, but she just is eating way too much. And well, yeah, let's see what else she eats during the day. Speed it up just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. My cat has extreme zoomies right now. So, what? You want to say hi? I got you. I got you. You want to go Zoom, don't you?
Welcome in, Susie Q.
Go Zoom.
And my apologies if I miss anybody coming in. I always want to say thank you to everybody who's here. Appreciate all the chatters, appreciate all the lurkers, and appreciate everyone watching the replay. You folks make this show a lot of fun for me.
I like the yolk. I don't like egg white. Which I know the white is the healthier part, whatever.
Excellent. I like it. I like other protein powders as well, but I think that collagen protein, I especially like how easy it is to dissolve. I find that whey protein, you really have to mix it. You really have to do a good job mixing it in. You have to use a shaker or you have to use a blender. But collagen powder, you can just stir it in with a spoon if it's into something warm. Mixes very easily.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it looks like an Activia yogurt.
That's good.
Welcome in, Rose Thorn. Agreed, Doris Side. I think so too. I've always had pretty good hair, but I use the collagen powder, and I think it helps a little more.
I'm trying not to.
It's good for your nails too.
Eat fast food. At least not nearly as much as I was eating it almost every day. Which honestly,
welcome in, Duddy.
Is going to be very difficult for me. So.
Okay, so Foodie, I think she described what was in this food a little bit. This egg sandwich, you know something, again, I came to this conclusion earlier, and this was a bit shocking when I thought about it. This meal, by Foodie standards, is as close to a diet as she has been in a while. Yes, it's 3-in-1 coffee, but it still doesn't look especially thick. Maybe it's 1 packet of 3-in-1 in there. 1 cup of yogurt. Yes, it's got sugar, but it's still only 1 cup. And a single sandwich, and the bread does not appear to have any butter on it, which for Foodie is unheard of, to have plain bread. So by Foodie standards, this is kind of a healthy dietetic meal. Now, do I think she could do better? Yes. But I think compared to her 2,000 plus calorie mukbangs, I don't think this is so bad. I think this is at least a good start. But will she maintain? Let's see how it goes.
You hear the pigeon? She's looking for it.
Hello, Patty.
So it's wheat bread. Put some olive oil in a pan. Just made an egg with 2 yolks.
Excellent point, Eliza.
A cheese slice, yogurt, and coffee, and water.
So there, she just described it a little bit better. Cheese slice. I think it was 1 egg, or was it 2 eggs? But we'll say it was. I think it was 1 egg. I don't remember now, but even if it was 2, it's not that many more calories. So altogether, this whole meal is, let's think, 2 slices of bread, about 100 calories each, an egg, and a slice of cheese. That's probably, what, another 100 to 140 calories maybe? The yogurt, that's probably about another 100. So altogether, this is probably, this is well under 1,000. This is probably like 600 calories, somewhere around there. But for Foodie, this is really good. As far as the total calories, she's right on track for the day. So let's keep it up, Foodie. Let's keep it going.
You're ruining my video.
Yes, that is a good point, though. Protein, no matter where it comes from, can be hard on the kidneys. Jamie, I don't know why she did that. That is just so weird to me. Like, why didn't she just scramble the eggs if she was going to do that? But I don't know. Foodie's weird.
Anyways, so this is what I'm gonna have for brekkie. It's 9:30 a.m. here. So yeah, I'm gonna just show you guys like basically what I eat today. Full what I eat today.
That's fair. That's fair.
And
It's not exactly
that's about it. I'm
healthy.
gonna try to eat every maybe few hours. You know,
Look at it, easy.
breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, just in order to avoid problems like overeating.
Hey, Kitty J, welcome in.
And also ordering takeout.
Perfect timing on these comments, because Foodie just said that her plan was, I know I'm going a little slowly in the beginning here, but I think the beginning is the interesting part of this video.
That's about it. I'm gonna try to eat every maybe few hours.
She's going to try to eat maybe every few hours. Does that make sense to anybody but her? Why does she need to eat every few hours? Is she trying to gain weight for the football team or something? Like, what's going on?
You know, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, just in order to avoid problems like over.
In order to avoid problems, she's going to eat every 2 or 3 hours.
Eating.
Avoid problems like
in order
overeating.
to avoid problems like overeating, and also ordering takeout.
So Foodie feels the only way she can stop herself from ordering takeout and overeating is to eat every few hours. Okay, now just to do a little bit of a thought experiment for a second. A minute ago, I praised this meal, and I said this meal is not bad as far as Foodie meals go. The calories is what, 600-700 calories? If she eats a meal like this 3 times a day, she's probably going to be okay, because her caloric needs, she weighs so much, she needs 2,500 calories a day, 3,000 calories a day just to maintain her weight. So she would lose something. But if she eats like this every 3 hours, she's still going to be getting 4,000 calories a day. This is just too much.
I'm going to try to eat things here, homemade, healthier things that I made.
Jeez, I got to catch up on the chat. I'm so
to kind of get rid of those cravings for the fast food, at least a little bit. So I guess that's it for now. I'll see you in the next meal, guys. Bye. Okay, guys, welcome to lunch. It is just after 1. I'm having leftover pasta and meatballs. I still have leftovers. A pickle and a little cheese. Now, this is like a cheese, you know, like a Laughing Cow cheese or a...
Hold on a second. My chat just froze. It's not loading the chat. I got to refresh this. 1 second here. The chat just froze up. Testing 1, 2. Am I back? Hopefully I'm back. Hopefully you folks can hear me. All right, we're gonna try this once more. 1 second here. This should be working now.
Anyways, so this is what I'm gonna have for brekkie. It's 9:30 a.m. here.
Is everything working? Hopefully it's working again.
I'm gonna just show you guys like.
Okay, so if everybody can just give me a little chat message. I think we have the chat working again. All right, let me see here. I'm back. Okay, everybody. Okay, looks like I'm back. Yeah, I never have any issues with StreamYard either normally. This is the first time in a year. So, this is the first time in a year. Welcome in, Detective.
Basically what I eat today. Full what I eat today.
Okay, so for anybody just coming in, we had some technical difficulties a minute ago. The software I use just froze up out of nowhere, but hopefully it should continue to work now. So I'm not sure exactly where I left off. I think I was right around here, so we're just gonna let it play.
And that's about it. I'm gonna try to eat every maybe few hours, you know, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, just in order to avoid
Welcome in, Spooky Views.
problems like overeat.
And my apologies if I missed anybody who just came in. We had some technical difficulties, so I had to reset the computer. If I missed anybody, welcome in, and I will try to welcome you in as I see you.
And also ordering takeout. So I'm gonna try to eat things here, homemade, healthier things that I make.
Hey, Purple Lilacs.
To kind of
Hey, Wooly, good
get
to
rid of
see
those
you.
cravings for the fast food, at least a little bit. So I guess that's it for now. I'll see you in the next meal, guys.
Oh, and let me also say hello to Sarah Jane of Skinny Queen Reacts. I said hi right before I got cut off. Sarah Jane of Skinny Queen Reacts. She has an awesome channel. Definitely check her out. A lot of great coverage of foodie. She also does some really fun lifestyle type stuff if you're interested in that. She does some interesting shopping hauls and things. Definitely check her out.
Bye. Okay, guys, welcome to lunch. It is
Okay,
just
so what was even my point before I got so rudely interrupted by the stream shutting down on me? I was talking about how Foodie tries to eat every 3 hours. I think that's what I was saying. And how if she eats a meal like that, even if it doesn't look that bad, if she eats that every 3 hours, she's still going to be eating 3,500 calories a day.
after 1. I'm having leftover pasta and meatballs. I still have leftovers.
Okay, so this is her second meal of the day that she's putting on camera. This is her day of dieting. I think this meal is not a great choice. I think she could do worse. I think this is much better than what we've seen the last few days. But this is not where it needs to be, not yet.
A pickle and a little cheese. Now this is like a cheese, you know, like a laughing
Oh, and
couch.
also let me, anybody who just came in, tonight the show plan, we're gonna be doing a little foodie to start. Unfortunately, it's taking a little longer than it was planned to, but we're covering some foodie. Then we're going to be covering some NAL, because she has been really wild lately. And we also are going to be covering in a new segment, a review of social media by a health at every size influencer. We're going to decide if they're a good influencer or not. It's going to be JaeBae tonight, who some of you may know.
Cheese or a kiri cheese. So yes.
Welcome in, Patty.
Bismillah. I have some
Hello, Capricorn.
Brussels sprouts with a little bit of butter. No soy sauce. So, oh yeah.
Agreed, Jabs.
And I have these yogurts that are like expiring, so I'm gonna have one as well, kind of like a dessert. Low fat yogurt.
Hey, Gigi, welcome in. What is she eating? Perfect. Thank you for asking. This here is some leftover spaghetti and meatballs, it looks like, but she added a bunch of Parmesan cheese, the grated Parmesan on top. Okay, now this meal here, I kind of like some of this. Yes, the portion is way too big, but I don't have a problem with Brussels sprouts. I think Brussels sprouts are good. Spaghetti is not the best choice considering her diabetes, but if she had a smaller portion, perhaps especially if it was, I know they make like a pasta that's higher glycemic index, or is it lower glycemic index? I get it confused, but they make pasta that's a better choice if you have issues with blood sugar. So if she's, depending on the kind of pasta she gets, this isn't so bad. But again, I don't like this sugary yogurt with every meal. And this cheese just seems like over the top. But again, by foodie standards, this isn't that bad. But for anybody else, this would not be that.
I love Brussels sprouts. You guys know? Broccoli and Brussels sprouts. I love them.
And I also just think it's interesting. At this point, you notice you could fit like 2 fingers next to her eye and between the hijab. Like there's a lot of space in there now. And I think that's also why her eyes look uneven at this point, because it seems like one eye is filling in faster than the other. And I think that's why Foodie's eyes are getting uneven. Do you want to share that? Because I know some people have mentioned.
But now the leftovers are finally finished.
Yeah, a lot of sugar.
If you hear what sounds like a jet engine,
oh, that's interesting.
it's my laundry. I did some vacuuming. I mopped my floor.
Interesting. Hey, welcome in, Corey.
I was moving things around in the kitchen earlier.
Agreed, Camps, at this point.
And a lid from hot.
Okay, so now let me fast forward to the next one because I don't want to spend too much time on Foodie. So let's go to the next meal. Okay, she finishes basically the entire plate. She leaves a little bit of Brussels sprouts. Okay, now she's going to go on to meal 3.
This is what I'm having for lunch. In another couple of hours or so, I'll have maybe a snack. And I'll show you guys what I do end up having. Bye.
So I'm caving and having some barbecue sunflower seeds.
Okay, so now she does day 1. This is about halfway through the day. The meal is already starting to take a bad turn. Foodie tells us she eats sunflower seeds, but she doesn't tell us how many. Oh, actually, she does. Too many. So she doesn't even want to tell us how many.
I just find, like, when I'm watching something, it's so hard not to snack.
Well, that's a good tip.
So I don't know how to get around that.
We got some good tips here in the chat. Let me read this here. From Nutty. She should have used turkey meatballs and half the Brussels sprouts. No yogurt, no cheese, no pickles, some mixed greens with light homemade extra virgin olive oil herb dressing. Nutty with a very healthy variation of the meal. That would be a lot better. I agree. And I think that Foodie, again, like people have said in the chat, this is too little too late. But it's better than nothing, I guess. I'm always stuck in that weird feeling where something's better than nothing, but it doesn't seem like it's enough. Yes, and she's already snacking. And Camps here mentions she should use some spaghetti squash. That's a good tip. It's a good tip. Brussels sprouts can be filling. Use some tape. Tape your mouth shut.
But I'm gonna have some of these with some water.
Okay, my washer's still going, but I'm having some popcorn with Parmesan cheese, butter, onion powder, and...
Okay, cheese, butter, onion powder. Onion powder's whatever, but cheese and butter on popcorn with a sorbet, mango sorbet bar. There's nothing dietetic about this. This is not at all dietetic. This is, I mean, respect to Foodie for being honest and admitting that she didn't stay on her diet, but it's not really, this is just not good. There's no way I can justify this. Even with the earlier meals in the day, this has not been a good day of dieting after adding the snack in. This is a bit of a fail.
a mango sorbet stick.
It's a bit of a fail.
For a snack.
Okay.
A bit of a fail.
I put my undercap on top of my hijab. This is the last meal of the day. I know it's brown, it's beige. You guys have something against beige. Like I said, I have a grocery order coming.
Oh, never
Should
tried
be here
those.
soon, actually, because it's getting late. But in the meantime, I have some.
So anyway, we got meal number 3 here, or meal number 4, I guess, technically. This is a heck of a lot of rice. This is so much rice. And she goes on to add that this is not just rice, this is actually her homemade rice-a-roni. Anyone not familiar with rice-a-roni? I'm gonna let Foodie describe how she makes it.
I have a chicken fillet in the air fryer, some rice-a-roni chicken flavor that I made, and some tinned beans and tomato sauce.
So she's having chicken flavor rice-a-roni. We know that means she's adding the Maggi cubes, and that's a lot of salt. That's more salt than we usually get in Foodie's live streams.
And tomato sauce. I don't know why I'm talking like that. And water. I've had water to drink all day.
And what is it with Foodie, the way she holds her fork and knife? Like, that always, it's a weird pet peeve, but it's just, she always seems to hold her fork and knife weird. She always holds them in a weird way.
Very hot. Ooh.
Cabs.
Yum, I like that brand. Let's try the rice-a-roni.
Okay, so let's let her describe the rice-a-roni, and then we're going to go on to the next one. So she basically eats the entire, I mean, she doesn't eat the whole thing on camera, but I believe she eats it off camera, the rest of it. I like that she's drinking water.
You know,
That's good.
Eating,
But anyway, yeah. So I don't want to waste too much time. I'll say what she put in the rice-a-roni. She made it with vermicelli. She fried it in the pan with oil. And I believe she used the chicken Maggi cubes as well, but she used oil. She used butter. She's got fried chicken. and beans. Beans are by themselves not bad, but when you add it to a plate full of rice and chicken, that's just carb overload, carb overload. Okay. Temporary, okay, we might do a little more foodie later depending on the time, but I want to make sure we cover some other stuff. So let me go to some other, let me load up something else really quickly. We're going to go to NAL because I really want to cover NAL tonight. NAL I think is just wild lately. So let me put on the video for 1 second. She's got a trip to Walmart that looks like it should be really funny. So let me get that loaded up. 1 second, folks.
Why don't you go dust your brain? Why don't you go dust your...
All right, here we go. 1 second. Okay, this is Naked and Laughing. For a little bit of background, Naked and Laughing herself is not particularly obese, but I cover everybody, not just people who are obese. I cover anybody who's living very unhealthy. NAL is the ex-girlfriend of King Cobra, a well-known, pretty well-known locale on YouTube. He's a, oh, nutty, I love that, slow motion binge. That is a good way to describe it. Because really, at first, it looked like she was trying to eat healthier, but if you really calculate out the calories, she ended up eating so freaking much. Okay, so yeah, let's cover some now. Let's have something a little bit funnier. I wanted to cover Foodie, but she has not been that interesting this week. She really hasn't been. So I want to cover something I think is a little more topical this week. Naked and Laughing. She is freaking out. So this is on
Brain out.
This is our, I guess, Foodie is our physical health section, our obesity, our physical health. NAL is our subject on mental health. And mental health is important. I know Hannibal mentions it, and he certainly is right to. Mental health is important. Take good care of your mental health. And if you're not in a good state of mind, don't put yourself in a bad situation. I think that's something we can all agree on with NAL, Naked and Laughing here, Jessica, is that she is not in a good state of mind, and she does nothing to avoid negative situations. She just keeps walking into negative situations one after the other, and the fallout is rarely good. So anyway, she went to Walmart apparently on a shopping trip. She's probably drunk because she's always drunk. She might be on something else because she usually is as well. But let's see how she acts. Oh, and this is from Twitch, and let me give a link to where I got this stream from. I got this from a channel I think called HRH or HNH. I don't remember the name of it, but there's the link to them. So definitely check them out if you want to see more of these fantastic videos. And she also apparently got banned from Twitch. So this was just before she got banned. So who knows why.
Like the prettiest of the pretty? Are they from Japan or something? Do they have a number?
But what kind of about those?
Well, oh, I guess they're just organic.
Is this? Let me turn on the volume. This feels just a little bit loud over me. And again, I'm having a little. I just want to make sure I get my volume right because I rebalanced it a little bit the other week.
Which one did you get? I got, oh my gosh, I can't even remember the name of it. I think it's a purple potion though, but you just get one bottle. I'm like, huh.
HRH, thank you, Louisa. Yes, HRH is the name of this channel that's been posting these edits. So yes, if you'd like to see these without my annoying commentary, you can definitely check them out on there. So first off, buying some fresh fruit, nothing wrong with that. Let's see how she does.
I want something like that's ready to eat. I don't know. Try those two. All right. What's in my hand? Come on. A stem. All right. So we got lettuce, no tomato. I don't know if she wants bacon, but we should have bacon. So if she wants it, I guess I'll put it. Excuse me. And then we got the bun. I need burger. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is the official story here. Apparently NAL got banned for using bad language. Got to be careful on there. Twitch doesn't, they don't like that. But NAL is just, you can't control her. She's uncontrollable. Good question, Spooky Muse. Does NAL think she's still Cove's girlfriend? I don't know if she still thinks she is, but I think she still entertains the idea of getting back to him.
I think we're like out of, what do you call it, mustard, or about to be. I don't know why they don't ever put it in the fridge. That drives me nuts. I think it needs to be in the fridge where it belongs.
That's a good question, Mouse Toes.
Oh, the screaming. What is this? Dill pickle mustard spread? Ooh.
You think she'd be used to people just screaming at random all the time. Like, you think that wouldn't bother her.
See, I want to. Ooh. Is that a Cubano?
All right, now where's Foodie? You think Foodie would be all over this? Dill pickle mustard? Like, this is Foodie's dream right here. And mayonnaise? I'm surprised she doesn't drink this straight out of the jar. I don't really shop at Walmart too often. There's some okay stuff there, but it's all right, you know.
Hair's made it purple. Huh. Distilled vinegar. You know what? I gotta try this. I don't know what I'm gonna use it on, but
okay,
try that.
That's interesting.
It's probably gonna be gross, but they only have tiny bottles of mustard.
Speaking of mustard, does anybody have a kind of mustard they especially like? I like the deli style. I think it has a little bit of horseradish in it. Not a lot, but just a little bit. I also like the kind that has the mustard seeds. I think that's really tasty.
Guess we could get Heinz. Which one's better, Heinz or, well, this one's cheaper, so that's what we'll go with.
Honey mustard. Honey mustard can be tasty, but just remember that there's a lot of sugar added to it. So you got to be careful when you use too much.
All right, so I need cheese and burger. We should have fries, and that's it.
In the automotive section or in the personal section? The hygiene section. Oh, wow. NAL is one of those where she just is... I think she's, from what I've gathered, I haven't watched her too closely, but it seems like she is obsessed with the idea of having a steady boyfriend, and Josh he is the one that she's decided on, and she just can't accept the ego, the damage to her ego of being broken up with. That's the feeling I get. Head yellow mustard. Sounds interesting. I have not tried that. Now, Whataburger. I try to avoid most fast food places, but Whataburger is one of the few that I actually like. Again, I try not to go there too often because it's fattening, but I do like it.
Finally. Jesus.
Oh, and by the way, I know everybody's always interested in what I eat. I actually am making a good meal for a change. I usually get lazy and just make stuff from the freezer, but I'm cooking a real meal tomorrow. I'm making a rack of lamb with some baked potatoes and some zucchini. So I'm gonna have a really good meal tomorrow.
All right. Oop. Oh wait, this way.
Wow, that is gonna be an interesting one. Do you think if she shows up, okay, now here's my question for everybody in chat, and I really have no idea what will happen on this, so I'm truly just asking out of curiosity. Do you think that if she shows up, what do you think will give? Do you think Josh will give in and let her come in and talk her way in? Or do you think that that he's gonna stand firm and do you think she's just gonna go and have to get the police called to remove her? Like, do you think it's gonna turn into a big scene, or do you think could be diffused? I don't know. I think it might become a really big scene. It could just be enough.
Yeah, I bet it was good. All right, let's.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And thank you to everybody who's catching up. Both myself and everybody in chat with the details of this story, because there's just so much there, and I know a lot of us have seen a lot of it, but not everybody's seen everything. So yeah, just to give some history for anybody not aware, Josh had an apartment. The guy we're talking about, King Cobra, the guy that NAL was seeing, her boyfriend, if you will. She got him kicked out of his apartment, got him evicted through no fault of his own, entirely hers. He didn't want to admit it for a long time. He finally has admitted it, and I think that's a big step moving forward.
See if they even have burgers, an 8-pack or whatever they do.
Hey, Fallen Angel, glad you like it.
We got 12. Oh, wait, these are 12. Oh, I thought they had an 8.
You know something, Elysia? I kind of think that makes sense. I mean, I don't know how much money Josh makes, but apparently he makes more than her, and that's good enough in her case. Yum, that sounds good. Oh, that's right. He moved, and don't think he has his new address. Then that could change things. Welcome in, McGeezy. Hope you're having a good night. He'll call. I hope so. I shouldn't say I hope so, but I think that'd be interesting. We'll get a bang-a-thon. I can see her. I think she's going to at least try. Elysia thinks it's going to go to cops. Could be. Oh, yeah, and Elysia was accused. Not Elysia. Sorry, Elysia. I'm sorry using your name. Jessica accused Josh of striking her and assaulting her sexually. Yeah.
Yeah, 4.
She's crazy. And she still allegedly wants him back. She recanted it. She then said, oh, well, she didn't mean it or something like that. But she absolutely said it.
Well, what should I do? Should I just get...
Yeah. And it's not just talking shit. It's like talking like some serious, like making up false allegations is much worse than just talking about him. So I think he has every right to be upset with her. She's absolutely dragging him through the mud. And as far as everybody can tell, it's not true.
I thought they had 8. I swear. Well, maybe they do, but not right now.
Yeah, his neighbors were decent. Look, oh, good evening,
Beef
Blas.
steak burger.
Good evening, Blas. Welcome in.
Oh, little baby. Oh, stinking adorable.
That's smart, Nutty. And you know something? I know something. I agree 100%. And I feel that if Josh had a little bit more, if he wasn't so messed up himself and he was a little bit more thoughtful, I think he would do that and possibly even attempt to get a restraining order. Because I don't think NAL is going to just quietly go away.
Too cute.
She is a mess.
Because it's like, I don't know if people want burgers 2 times in a row. Especially...
Apparently, she has a ticket booked to see him, but they had a breakup. But NAL is like in denial that it happened, and now she's saying that he has to say to her face that they're broken up, or she's not going to believe it. So I think she's planning to go there in person to try to bulldoze her way back in.
It's not all in one pack, like...
Yeah, you can't apologize for that. Like, you can't apologize for trying to get somebody arrested. That's too much.
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, agreed, Skinny Queen. That's crossing a line. That's too far. I think that makes sense, Jamie. And yeah, and I agree with Skinny here. That's crossing a line when you start falsely accusing people of crimes. That goes beyond just talking badly about somebody. Oh, about that bar. I only saw a little bit of that video. Apparently, yes, NAL went to the bar with a male friend, likely to make Josh jealous. But yeah, he doesn't seem to care that much. He never really cared that much. That's the other thing too. This relationship was kind of one-sided in that NAL clearly was much more attracted to Josh than he was to her. He treated her like a groupie. For better or for worse, that's how he treated her. Whether that's right or whether that's wrong, that's what it was, at least to him. That's a good point, Nutty. The pre-pressed hamburgers are more expensive, and they barely save any time. They only save like 2 minutes? They don't save any real time. Yeah, I agree, Fallen Angel. I think that's crossing a line there. That's just, that's really disgusting. Yeah, how you gonna deny it, right? Unless you have some evidence. Oh wow. Some packets fell on the floor. Hold on a second. Like out of her belongings, some little packets. Is that what I think you're suggesting, Elysia? I agreed, Nutty. NAL is a mess. You gotta protect yourself. Oh wow, wow. If that is true, that is that's just, first of all, I don't wish anybody to have problems with drugs or alcohol or anything. But if Nal has that problem, I think it's probably for the best that she stays away from Cobes, because she gave him all kinds of stuff, and he's already got enough problems. He doesn't need anybody else enabling him to be even more messed up. She had him so loaded when she visited.
I'm just gonna get 2 of the 4, and I'll go from there, I guess. All right, I'm freaking tired. I want to take a nap. I don't even want to cook anymore, if I'm being honest.
That's an interesting point.
All right, I got burger, bun, mustard, lettuce.
Detective, I think that's an interesting suggestion. So you think that possibly Nal's family wants her to go to see Josh just so they can get rid of her. They just want to get some peace and quiet for a few days, and they figure that's the only way they can.
Please. And then I guess that's everything. And I can get out of here.
Oh, wow.
Jeez, there's no common courtesy, I swear, in this world.
How would he intercept the cans? Like, would he like go to the mailbox, like, to pick them up or something? Like, I'm not even sure how he would do that.
Oh, I think I have the wormwood one. I think. I'm pretty sure that's the one I have. Oh, I don't think I put the paper back in. Where did I put the paper at? Oh, wait, is that in my pocket? No.
Yeah, agreed, Nirvana. She's wild. Oh, wow. 5. So that's Chris. That's the guy who went out with Nal the other day? Jeez. That's not, I don't know. I don't like the sound of that. Oh, so the mail went directly to him.
Well, I don't know where my paper is, but
Oh, man.
I think that's what I got. All right, so cheese, burger, fries should be in the freezer.
Oh, here we go. Hold on a second.
Red Bull. I need a whatchamacallit.
You know what? Hold on a second. This video is all right, but I just see her. This is allegedly the video that got her banned. I think we'd rather see that one, because this Walmart shopping trip is okay, but I think this other one might be a little bit more interesting. So let's check out this one instead. I think this one might be a little bit more exciting. So we're going to see Nal, and this is apparently the stream that got her banned. So hopefully there's not too much uncensored bad language in here. But I guess I'll give a trigger warning for anybody just in case. I don't really know what's going to be in here.
But it's probably better that way. Nothing.
Oh, it already has cheese on it.
Yep, already done having cheese on it.
So that sounds like your mom in the background talking.
Pickle. You want pickle?
Yeah.
Welcome to Zach.
Give a nickel for a pickle. Do you know someone almost 40 years old didn't know that cucumbers came from
There's
pickle?
lots of people that do shit like that.
Ay, ay, ay. But still, that's like common sense. Oh, did you guys get lettuce? No lettuce?
All right, so
Over
it starts,
here. Like,
so it
I've-
seems to start off pretty nice. It seems to start off like a happy, good night. I don't know exactly at which point it turned into a nightmare.
Already got slices. Woo, woo, ay, 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 ay. Ay, Chihuahua. Ay, Dios mío. Alright. I know, I'm a bother to everybody. Well, give me a report later. Aye, aye.
Mouse Toes, I have to agree. Nal is so unhinged that she could completely lose it and do something very dangerous. Like, she floods the apartment. She could start a fire. She's falsely accused people of crimes. She could absolutely do something crazy to herself or to somebody else. So, oh, this is the edited version. Okay, so they edited out the worst of the worst. All right. Open channel BIP. Probably something in progress. I'm not sure what the B means, though. Yeah, she really does.
And Captain, yeah. That's what I thought. You know, I like cooking for other people if they appreciate people telling me what to do and how to be. And then when I be their way, I'm still not good enough for anybody in society. So,
Okay, so here it seems like it's getting a little bit more aggressive. The meal has progressed a little bit. Now she's going off on the chat just a little bit. She's starting to talk about the negative self-talk.
Never thinks I'm good enough. Well, I've only done what they've wanted me to my whole life, so I'm still not gonna, well, I did what you
That
told
is
me
true.
to do, so
That is very true.
shut up and go away. And then, oh, well, now she thinks she's so good. She's so stuck up. She's too good for everyone. And that made me get bullied even more, so figure that out. And they wonder why I'm in.
I think that is a possibility. I think that it's a combination of the parents. They want to help their daughter, but they don't know how. And I think that they themselves are just, it's a sad situation. I don't have any real good answer for them, because if there was like, if Nal had a brother or a sister who was mentally really there, maybe they could step in and take charge, but Nal is just unfit to do anything, and her parents seem a little too old to help themselves.
Saying when I'm told to shut up my whole fucking life. Yeah, how would you feel when you're told to shut up your whole fucking life? Yeah, you wouldn't fucking know. So you shut
Okay,
up.
so now here when she starts getting very negative and aggressive. This is really, for anybody not familiar with Naked and Laughing, this is the Naked and Laughing that people don't like. And this is why people say she's a danger, why people say she's wild, why people really dislike her. Because now we're going to see her start getting aggressive and working herself into a frenzy. We can see the beginning of it, and I think from what I heard, if this ends in the ban, I think it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Fuck up. I'm not gonna shut the fuck up. It's my time to talk.
Now she's cursing?
You shut the fuck up and listen to me for once. How about that? Ain't nobody can fucking do that. That's for goddamn sure. Fucking none of y'all could walk within.
All right, so there's a lot of bad language here. I know everybody here is an adult, but I just want to get that out of the way. There's a lot of bad language here for anybody who's rather not hear that.
5 minutes in my shoes, because I already know the facts about that. Anyways, the projection is at the utmost high. Utmost high. Can't trust a soul. Oh, I wonder why.
It's sad, but I think at this point they've done everything they can, and I don't think there's anything left for them to do.
Because they're soulless. You can't trust reptilians with their dead shark eyes. I'm playing music. What are we talking about? You can't see that. It's too dark in here. It's too
They were. I don't know what led to them telling her to shut up, but I'm sure she deserved it.
dark. No, the fuck I don't. It's probably crusty and fucking musty, baby doll. I don't want to know what you got. It's probably full of crust. You call it the... Nobody cares what you call it. We're not going there. I don't want to think about it. Nobody wants your crust.
You haven't done anything wrong, Jamie? I don't. Maybe I misspoke, but you're doing everything fine.
Crustacean salt. Last time I checked, I don't want your crustacean salt on my seashore, so get away from me. I almost fell over.
Oh, you mean about how they edited out the bad language? Oh, it's all right. I mean, like it is what it is. This isn't a show for everybody. Here is hopefully an adult. So, and if you're not, get your parents' permission.
Yeah, I don't want no crustacean salt. Get away from me. Get away from me and give me more.
Thank you. Okay, Alizu here with an interesting bit of information. I did not know this. Apparently, Nal does have some more family. She has a sister who has separated herself from the family. And apparently there's a brother, but Nal has accused him also of crimes. So, everything surrounding this woman is chaos. There's no happiness.
No more salt, but give me more, you know what. And you know what I'm asking for. I'm probably about to leave. Probably about to get off of here in a minute. In uno momento, por favor. I'm gonna get off of here. You're here with me. Am I going out? No. Where's my man at? My Joshy. If I was going out anywhere, I'd be going out with Josh.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I believe in trying to help people when they're down, but if you can't help somebody, there's only so much you can do. And I think it's past that point here.
Where's my Josh? I might go back out to the store. I might go back out to the store here in uno momento, por favor. And that's about it. Going out. I know, Sprinkles. I know. Don't even get me started. I know. I'm a real woman that wants to love this fucking man, and these people don't want him to have love in his life. They'd rather him fucking go on and on about...
Wow, that is so classy, right? Everything about NAL is just disturbing. She is a disturbing person.
Rejected fourth grade crushes and what? Then rather be fucking happy. Fuck these people.
That is
Fuck
so
them, all
weird.
of them. I don't want of age fish. He's my of age fish. I love Josh. I love him for who the fuck he is. I don't love a lot of people, even.
All right, this part here bothers me a little bit. And I know that NAL is somebody who will just say whatever comes to her mind. She doesn't have a strong relationship with reality or the truth. But for her to say this stuff about how much she loves Josh and all this, if that's how she shows love, then her love is exceptionally toxic. And if either she's lying and she's just doesn't love him and she's taking advantage of him, or her love is so toxic that either way it doesn't matter. But if this is her love, get away. This is not healthy.
And if they are a mistake, I'm not saying Josh is a mistake, but I don't give a lot of people. Josh is not a mistake to me. I fucking love him. Now, I might be a mistake on the other hand, but there's not many fish in the sea. They're mostly microplastic, MK Ultra, cognitive dissonance fucking fish. Oh, a school of fish. Oh, you think a school of fish would be smart? No, they're all fucking swimming around with the dumb same one thought in their bubble brain. I love Josh. I don't care what none of y'all fucking think. None of these people need to be in our business, period.
You know something, Hannibal? I go out of my way to be fair to people, but I'm going to say I agree for once. I really do. The way that NAL has just done so much crap that I can't, as much as I want to try to, I always try to make excuses for people and things like that, but I just can't at this point. She knows that she's outright falsely accused the guy of crimes. She's got him kicked out of his place. She's given him drugs. I mean, I can't imagine anybody, that's like the worst girlfriend possible.
I love Josh. I don't care what none of y'all think about him. I see what you don't. Just leave me and fucking Josh alone. You people have been in this shit before I even got to fucking know him. Shut up. As soon as I open my mouth, I'm interested in Josh. Y'all are talking shit about me and even fucking shut up. You're all fucking miserable. Oh.
So now I think this is what we're going to get to the slurs in a minute. Now she's going off on her chat. As far as I can tell, they don't seem to be antagonizing her. They seem to just be kind of, I haven't even really been reading the chat that closely, but it seems to mostly be reasonable. Like, did the burgers turn out good? It's easy to give advice. I like him. He seems like a good guy. I mean, none of these chats are exceptionally aggressive, and she is going off.
All of you, so speak for your own fucking shit and don't fucking focus on mine. Speak for your own fucking lives. None of y'all can even do half of that shit.
Microplastics?
Oh, these people are first and foremost to be up in my fucking relationship. Fuck off. Figure that one out. Fuck off. I'm not allowed to give a fuck about him. I gave a fuck about him before any of you.
That's a great point, Nirvana. I think that's an excellent point. NAL is always putting herself down. She's always talking about how worthless she is. What is that saying about if she did have a boyfriend? What is that saying? Hey, you're my boyfriend and I'm worthless. So what are you saying? Are you saying that the guy who loves you, what's he worth if he's willing to take somebody who's worth nothing, in your opinion? Just everything about her is negative and unpleasant and nasty, and I don't mind watching her to make a little bit of, to kind of use her as an example of how not to be. But there's just so little here. I always try to find something positive to point out, and I just really not finding anything.
Whoever fucking have. Oh no, nobody can give a fuck about it. No. We have control of him. No, we have the narrative. No. Fuck you. How about you fuck off? Figure that one out. He is a good guy. He's just been hurting just like I'm a good woman. I've been hurt so much in my fucking life. People want to do the most to you and then, when you snap, oh my God, they're so...
Thank you, Hannibal. I have to agree on this one. I mean, now I can't even think of anything good to say about her. I'm really trying to think of something good to say and I just can't.
Fucking insane. Oh my God. But if the same was done to them within 5 minutes, they wouldn't last. Not even a minute out of those fucking 5. Figure that one out. I don't want to fucking hear it no more. I'm a fucking adult. These people are how fucking old? Nobody's ever taught you right from wrong? Figure it out. Okay, well, teach me the challenge of being autistic and I can fucking work around them. You have to teach me. I don't know. I don't care if he's autistic. No, I won't. If you're not speaking directly to me, no, because you're not going to do that passive-aggressive bullshit to me. So, no, you're not speaking to me. So, no, I can't.
She's got Tupac in the background. Hopefully that doesn't get me muted. Hopefully that not a copyright violation. Let me skip forward just a little bit because that song's going.
Don't put the blame on me, and even though you're the adult, we're not going there. Nope. I didn't do anything to you. I like how people cry to me with their passive aggressiveness without coming to me directly. Like I'm supposed to give a I don't care. I don't care what you're. Give you a break? Give me a break. I'm not the one that birthed a child on this earth and gave them no fucking attention, and now they're severely fucked up because of it.
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit more because the music's playing in the background, so I don't want to get a copyright. So let me skip forward just a little.
Harassment thing. When I was that age, they don't have to like. Okay, got it. No, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop.
Oh wow!
I'm not gonna stop anything. How about my parents quit talking passively aggressively behind my fucking back, but to my face, and they can't say it to my face? No, I'm not gonna shut up and be quiet my whole life. No. It's so funny. They can say whatever they want, but I can't say what I want. No, shut up and go away. Oh, and people wonder why I'm so psychotic. No, I'm not gonna shut up and go away. How about that? I'm not. If you want to passively aggressively talk shit to my face, in my face, and you want to do it too, then I'm gonna do this.
So she's really just getting angry at the chat here. But if you look, there's really nothing in here. They're very kind of like understanding. Like, I don't understand. What do you mean? You were happy and dancing. What upset you? It's emotions. They change. Stop. What happened? Just let her get off. It's good for the soul. These people are she needs to vent. It was cooking and stuff. What happened? So she's going off right now, and the chat doesn't even know.
Figure it out. Of course my feelings are valid, because we're not going to have people fucking invalidate those just because they have none. I have feelings, they have none. That's not my problem. That's not my problem. They don't have feelings. I'm not going to sit here and validate or invalidate them like they've been done to me my whole life. It's not gonna happen. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I need to be shut up my whole life. Aww. And you wonder where the selective mute comes from. Aww. Oh, she didn't speak because she was so polite. Or, oh, she didn't speak because she was so stuck up and she thought she was better than everyone. Or she didn't speak up because she was so terrified of everyone in her fucking life. Oh, A, B, or C. There's only one right answer.
You know, Fiona's mom, that for a long time is why I tried to be very understanding to NAL, because I said to myself, somebody doesn't end up like this out of nowhere. But she is just so rotten that whatever caused her to be this way, it is what it is now, and she's just rotten to the core at this point.
I don't have friends. I don't know what a friend is. Oh, I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend. And then every one of them is, if I only made a fucking...
Oh, okay, Elise, that makes sense. So the mods have sanitized the comments. That's why there's nothing in here rude, because they've deleted out everything. Okay, that makes
recorded
sense.
each, and I can make a storybook out of all of them. I'm your friend. I'm your friend. And then you don't do what they want. Oh, they turn on you. Oh, they turn on you like a shark in the dark. Oh, I don't have friends. I don't have friends. I don't know what that means. I'm going to bed. I'm getting ready to go to bed. Yeah, you ain't gonna talk about me like that. I love how you people can talk the nastiest shit, but I say one word, you get me off of here. Goodbye. Have a good night. Nobody cares if you pay $7 or $8.
So she's really working herself up here. Let me just skip forward just a little bit.
Ants, eat it up. I'll smash all the rest of that into the... I don't care. I'll take everything out of the fridge and throw it in the trash. I don't care. Who cooks dinner? And I'm going to cook dinner and you're going to talk shit about me? Oh, passive aggressive. Loud enough for me to hear, but not to my face. Okay, then shut the fuck up. Bring it to my face or shut the fuck up. You're passive aggressive. Ain't nobody harassing you. You ain't the one being harassed. You feel like you're being harassed? How do you think I feel on a daily basis since December? How do you think I feel? And you feel harassed? Okay. Take a seat, motherfucker. Oh, you're feeling harassed?
Now she's really starting to go off.
Oh, how do I feel since December? Don't even fucking go there, but that means you're sensitive. And then all you people, you're so strong. You're just figuring out what more you can do to me until I break. It's not that I'm strong. You just want to know what my breaking point is. So don't fucking say I'm strong when y'all motherfuckers crack at the fucking drop of an egg. Y'all motherfuckers crack at the drop of an egg. I don't want to hear that shit.
Oh, congratulations, Nirvana. I hope you have a fun time. You know, have some fun out there, and that's a good attitude. You know, whatever happens, make the best of it.
I want to fucking do that. Oh, you're so much stronger than me. But when I say shut the fuck up, I'm gonna report you. I'm gonna do that. Okay, but y'all.
She does have a one track on that.
Gotcha. Okay. So next time I cook dinner and hear you talk, I'm gonna stop midway. And when you wonder why
Elizu, and that's something that of course it's very unpleasant to consider, but now may have a very messed up past. Regardless, though, at some point she can't use that as an excuse to be so harmful to other people. She has to stop being so destructive. She has to start loving herself.
Food is half cooked. You can figure it out and cook it for yourselves. Oh, I'm so miserable, but I cook meals for you for how many fucking plus years on end on a daily basis, but I'm the miserable one. Oh, look within you're the miserable one in a miserable marriage. Haven't had sex since 1980 something, not me. Okay, figure that one the fuck out. Oh, do I give you a piece? I'm not the one that put your pipe in the fucking hole, bitch. So you talk about peace. You're the one that controls your weighing at the end of the day. I didn't ask you to make me born. Did I? No, I didn't. Last time I checked, I never said that. Figure that one out. Just because you got 2 brains doesn't mean either one of them thinks for themselves. That's not my problem.
Because you got 2 brains? What does that even mean?
You're not going to blame me for your transgressions. Not my problem. Figure that one out. You could have worn a condom. Figure that. But you didn't know how to do that for your dingling. You couldn't figure that out, did you? Too late for that. Too late to figure that one out, huh? Too late to figure that one the fuck out, huh, motherfucker? Oh, Smelly, I forgot to show you. You want that Siga Rose? Do you want to see the Siga Rose guitar pick I have? I meant to show you the other day. And if people want to talk shit about me fucking out loud, I'm going to talk shit about them out louder. You think people can't hear you? Okay, well then I'll speak about you louder. So figure that one. Figure out your fucking words while you're on live stream.
NAL does that. I have seen that before also, where even if the chat does have mostly nice comments, she'll find the one that she doesn't like.
I'll talk about you even louder. Figure you think your life isn't already on fucking fleek right now? Figure that. Do you want me to talk about you louder? Because I fucking will. So treat me the right way and I'm going to talk about you. And treat me the wrong way and we'll figure it out at the end of the day, won't we? Leave me the fuck alone. I'm cooking dinner for you? Oh, I can hear you bitch and complain all day though, but oh, heaven forbid if she does it. Nah, fuck that. Ozzy. Oh, there's a dog for sale in Virginia Beach named Ozzy. Like some kind of terriers. I'm like, I would love the little Ozzy doggy. I fucking love this song. I've loved this song before I knew Josh. At least 3 people, maybe 4 honked at me today, but I don't care.
So now she's really starting to break down a little bit more. I don't know how much we're going to get to see of the final breakdown, but it should be coming.
I want my Joshy with his awooga honking.
Notice how she's still talking about her Joshy. She wants her Joshy. This is the same woman who was accusing him of assaulting her. She accused him of beating her. She accused him of choking her. She accused him of lying about her and doing all these, nasty stuff to her, and it's just not true. And now she's talking like, oh, well, we're going to be okay. We're going to be back together. Everything's fine.
My Joshy. I just want my Joshy. How can y'all even see anything? Oh, wait, this ain't even plugged in, so. It still doesn't equal anything, actually, because...
And here's something, okay, I just realized this. This is actually, I think, the most interesting thing I've noticed. NAL, could we all agree that NAL is basically a psycho woman? She's crazy. She's the gutter slut, bog witch, whatever she calls herself, but she is a complete crazy person. She's wild. She's very sexually aggressive. She's violent. But even she, as drunk and as high as she possibly is right now, is still wearing more clothes than Glitter and Lasers does on a good day. How is it that, as messed up as NAL is, she could still stay more clothed than Anna? Like, isn't like, I've always, like, typically when somebody gets really drunk and high, their clothes start to come off. But she still is wearing more than Glitter and Lasers.
Whatever the lyrics are.
I'm surprised too, right? You'd think that she'd be getting naked, but she's still staying together.
I don't have any shots. And they close in 8 minutes, so there's no shots. And I didn't put this on autoplay, dude. You're still a loser at the end of the day. You can't even bring the cord down to put some light on your phone. No matter.
Yeah, agreed. This is more than just alcohol abuse, but even if it was, let's just say just alcohol, it's still not okay.
If you go up in your room 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, you still forget. Red Bull don't turn into wine, baby doll, because we don't believe in Jesus like that. Red Bull will stay Red Bull. Red Bull for life. No, we don't turn Red Bull into wine, baby doll. No. At the end of the fucking day, there ain't nothing on goddamn YouTube spelled that, so figure it the fuck out. Oh, we don't have this song. Okay, then figure it the fuck out. We had our bullshit in the past. We can't hear lyrics for shit. And we'll report your whole channel and get rid of you.
Now that's something that I have thankfully not seen. And I'm gonna hope to keep it
Oh,
that
am I
way.
gonna do a spell tonight? The fuck I am. Oh, I forgot to buy a cucumber. Cucumber and something else from Walmart. I was gonna do 2 spells, but I am gonna do a spell, but it ain't gonna be on camera. I was gonna do 2 spells, but I forgot an ingredient.
She's gonna do spells, but she forgot to buy a cucumber in order to do the spell. What kind of spell is that? I'm scared to find out.
So I am gonna do a spell though, but not on here. So I'm gonna do 2 of them, but I forgot my cucumber. So I forgot.
What kind of spell do you do with a cucumber now? I hope it has nothing to do with your camming.
Salad mix at Walmart and cucumber. And don't fucking look at me when you come out of your room talking your massive fucking passive aggressive bullshit. Fucking figure it out and talk to me like an adult baby doll. You ain't gonna talk.
I forgot. She does that dance. She always does that when she gets really loaded. Anybody who knows now knows what I'm talking about. She does that thing with her hand where she like pretends to be like she starts playing with an invisible dick.
Talk to me like that, because I'm gonna take your threats and I'm gonna fucking bebop all. So come to me like an adult, or don't come to me at all. Because you come to me like that, you ain't gonna like it. So how old are you? You're the adult. You're the parent. I didn't squirt things out of my hoo-ha and make children. I don't have any children. I'm not responsible for shit. And if you are, then you're responsible for life. So figure it the fuck out. Don't pop people
Love spell or a curse? I don't know.
out of your pee hole if you can't care for them. Figure that out.
Oh, there's NAL's biology tip. Don't pop a child out of your pee hole.
So much science to combat that. You don't figure it out. Figure that out. If you don't like what you create, then close your piss hole. Close your hoo-ha hole. Close your birth canal. Figure it out. Figure it out. You're the ones bringing life to this earth. You should be conscientiousness enough to figure out what the fuck they're gonna be giving.
She's so full of hate and anger, and on one hand, that would make me very sympathetic. But the way she spreads that anger and the hate around makes me less sympathetic. But normally I would feel bad for somebody like this, but she is so destructive and cruel and aggressive and violent and angry. It's just, as much as I want to feel some pity for her, she's so toxic that I just have to
In this
like
life.
her. I dislike her.
Zip it, zilch, nothing. I don't want to hear nothing out of it. I don't want to hear people crying about how they raised me, and then I didn't raise, and then but I didn't pop me out of your pee hole last time I checked. So can't hear you speak passively, aggressively, loud enough to me. What? Can't hear you. What? You're screaming at me because I don't know. Oh, okay. What? Well, if you didn't want to have to explain that stuff to you, then you shouldn't have put.
Mouse Toes. It's just the whole thing is so sad that her parents are in that situation where they need to try to get rid of her. It's just the whole thing is so sad. It's just so sad in every step of the way. But at this point, there's no good solutions left. It's just what is the best of the bad.
Push them out of your pee hole. You have choices in life. Figure that out. You have choices in life. You didn't have to squirt in her hoo-ha. Yeah, you look it up. You didn't have to squirt in her hoo-ha, did you? No, you didn't. And you want to be mad at what you made? Figure that one out. That's why I don't have kids. Figure yourself out. I didn't have kids. I didn't do this to myself. You did. Figure that out. You want to talk passively aggressive? Then figure that one out. Again, you did that to yourself. I didn't. Passively aggressively, I will start recording you. If you're going to do this to me, I'm going to start recording you. You did this to yourself. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. You did this to yourself.
If I could guess, I think it's a combo of alcohol and uppers because she seems very agitated and very.
Yes, you did. At the end of the day, yes, you did. Because, like, for me, I know. Would I be amazing with kids? Yes, but should I have them? No. So guess what? The fuck I didn't.
But she'd be amazing with kids. If Nal had kids, if she had kids, I think they would start a gang. And they would
Oh,
like, beat
responsible.
people up or something.
Accountability. Oh my God. Realization. Realize. Oh my God. That's too much to fucking handle for some people. If you know how upset it makes me, why do you talk shit about me? Make me better than what you are. You can't figure that one out, so you want to talk shit. Okay, well then, you're going to hear me talk shit then. Do better, and then you'll see better.
So I have a question. I guess they edited out like the actual slurs and all the really upsetting language for Twitch. But I guess that must have come, I could see where that would work in.
Guys, shut up. I don't want to hear it. I don't have the fucking light to light it up.
At least she's doing her funny dance here. This is when Nal is funny, when she's not being, I mean, it's not like a funny fun. It's not like a healthy funny, but it is funny. Oh, and by the way, anybody enjoying the show, please leave a like and hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more of this content. Oh, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think if you're watching the replay. Groovin'. Mama Badger, you need a bra. That got deleted.
And you know what? You need compression underwear for your roast beef curtains. Compress those into a zip file, baby doll. We've got the meats. I don't need a bra, but baby doll, where are you gonna put a bra in this? So your bra is like white ghetto trash beyond you. Just because you can't pull it off doesn't mean I can't. Figure that one out. Figure that one out. Just because you can't doesn't mean I can't. Just because you look at yourself in the mirror all day saying nasty stuff about yourself, you don't get to fucking put my name in that mix. No, it's your name all the time at the double wide size that you are, baby doll. Ain't nobody gonna. What is wrong with the toaster? What is your fucking major malfunction?
Put roast beef in there. Yeah, somebody's asking about the toaster.
Case closed.
I think I don't know if they're trolling, but it's funny.
What's your next malfunction that you want a problem about? How your mama got you on this planet? I don't know. Must have been through some miraculous conception or something. I don't fucking know. What more do you want from me? I don't have the answers to your existence.
Thank you,
I don't know why you exist, let alone myself. But you probably less than me. If you want my opinion, go away. Goodbye. Have a good day. Get in my face. Get in my face, and I'll fucking call the cops on you. Get in my face again. Talk shit.
Finally, this is the final. This is like the end of the rant where she really went off. Okay, so let's. This is apparently to the neighbor. She said this. Maybe
probably less than me. If you want my opinion, go away. Goodbye. Have a good day. Get in my face. Get in my face, and I'll fucking call the cops on you. Get in my face again. Talk shit about me when I wasn't doing
neighbor. She's saying neighbor. Yes, that's what she's saying. She's calling them a neighbor.
Anything to anyone. I wasn't drinking. Kill yourself. You can't figure that one out, bitch. I wasn't drinking, you fucking. Oh, but he can drink and threaten to kill me when I wasn't doing nothing to him. Yeah, kill yourself. That shit.
So she was neighbor.
Why don't you go dust your brain? Remember, how do you think
that's what she was saying? She was saying neighbor, and that's what she said. Oh, she was talking to her parents? That's not cool. When she was in the shower. Howdy, neighbor. Okay, let's go now. Now we covered our usual suspects. We got a new face for tonight. We've got a new person, and this is JaeBae official. This is a part of my new segment. So this is going to be reviewing somebody. Oh, welcome in. Helen Corfield living from Australia. Oh, that's a beautiful picture. That's the Sydney Opera House, I believe. Hopefully you're having a good night over there. Or a good day, I guess, in Australia, right? Well, hopefully you're having fun. Yeah, that's true. Her rants are just so loud. That's what got her banned, the final rant. That was to her parents? Why is she so mean to her parents? They seem to be nice to her. Like, whatever. Enough NAL. NAL is disgusting. We've already said that. Let's cover somebody else who's disgusting in a different way. A different kind of disgusting. Okay. JaeBae official. This is, okay, so I want to get your opinions on this, folks. We're going to do a poll in the chat, and this is going to be reviewing this influencer, health at every size influencer, JaeBae. She claims she's helping plus-size people to explore the world confidently. So let's look at some of her recent posts, and let's decide, is she a good influence, a bad influence, or is she really not much influence at all? She more just kind of an annoying voice in the background. Let's hear what she has to say. So let's look at some of her recent posts. This one got over 1 million views.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we check to see if there's a customer size policy before booking.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course.
Is this too quiet? Because I don't think I can get... Let me get the volume a little bit louder if I can. Let's see here. I can turn myself down a little bit, and that'll make the rest of it louder. Okay. You may have to turn up the volume just a little bit, because it's a little bit quiet, but this is as loud as I get it.
We're expected to pay more just to travel comfortably.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we think about if we need a second seat before we book a flight.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we ask for the seatbelt extender as soon.
All right, so this is a video she made with her husband talking about, as plus-size travelers, what changes do you think she made for a more inclusive, accessible, comfortable travel experience? So I want to get this out of the way. It's not fun to travel when you're really heavy. And if you have to make special accommodations for yourself, that might be necessary. So let's start from the beginning. Hopefully you folks can hear this. I'm going to reiterate it out loud in case you can't.
Customer size policy before booking.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we're expected to pay more just to travel comfortably.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we think about if we need a second seat before we book a flight.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we ask for the seatbelt extender as soon as we board the flight.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we get dirty looks anytime we're traveling.
We're plus size.
Okay, so this already starts off with her being very much a victim mindset. So she's saying that we're being victimized, we're being seen as, what did she say? We're being seen as less than?
Of course we get dirty looks
We
anytime
get dirty
we're traveling.
looks.
We're plus size travelers. Of course society doesn't believe we deserve to travel.
Okay, now this is already very aggressive here. She says society believes we don't deserve to travel. I don't know if that's true.
We're plus size travelers. Of course we can't use the tray table on a plane.
Of course we can't use the tray table on the plane. All right, and one other thing. She talks about people being plus size. This is, if you can't put down the tray table, you're bigger than plus size. And I'm not going to say that makes you a bad person, but don't start giving other people a hard time and claiming that other people are somehow in the wrong for disagreeing with you. I don't even know what it
Plus
is.
size travelers. Of course we have to look through tons of pictures just to see if a place is plus size friendly.
We're plus size travelers. Of course we have to walk sideways down the plane aisle to make sure we don't hit you with our ass.
I'm not sure what this is supposed to mean. Like she's talking about this, like this is, like this just sounds like, trying to think of the right word. This sounds embarrassing to have to live like this. And I don't see why she's so defiant.
Plus size travelers. Of course we can't use the airplane lavatory comfortably.
We're plus size travelers. Of course we have to do hours of research just to go somewhere.
We're plus size travelers. Of course we use apps like Seat Guru to navigate travel in a bigger body.
We're plus size travelers. Of course we check the weight limits on like almost everything.
We're plus size travelers. Of course we have to worry about weight-based discrimination.
Weight-based discrimination. Now, that's one of those terms that I think there is such a thing as discrimination for people. It's possible to discriminate. It happens. Somebody could be, mocked for the way they look, and I don't think that's a good thing. But when they say weight-based discrimination, do they mean discrimination because of people's attitudes, or do they mean discrimination because of the laws of physics? If they mean discrimination, like the seat discriminates by being too small, or the walkway discriminates by not being wider, that's not discrimination. That's physics, and you have no right to claim discrimination there.
We're plus size travelers. Of course we bring compression socks on all of our trips.
We're plus size travelers. Of course we can't find our sizes in souvenir shops.
We're plus size travelers. Of course we get an extra pat down at security.
Okay, I'm not even sure what this is all about necessarily. I don't think this is okay. Let's see what you folks think. Louise says, put the fork down. Oh, with NAL? I don't know if it's, that's the thing though, Jamie. Like I don't know what her full story is. I don't want to start saying what I believe or what I don't believe, but I just know that lately she's been a nut. Lately she's been just so, she's so over the top, and I don't want to, see, that's a complicated situation where she just like I said before, she has to start loving herself. She can't, she may be angry, but at some point she has to start loving herself, and until she does, it's going to just keep getting worse. I think she played for the Colts in 2017. Dude, you are more. Yeah, I agree, Nutty. I've been heavy. I've been heavy myself. I've been I was near 300 pounds at my heaviest, and I do not recall getting like dirty looks or any of that kind of stuff. I'm not going to say I never experienced any negative anything, but it wasn't like JaeBae is describing. That's a good point, Nirvana. As a traveler, she is in the minority here, and I'm not saying no accommodations should be made, but I don't think it's fair for her to expect everything to change just to suit her. Yes, in fact, let's cover one. Okay, so that's her first video. I'm going to cover some more of your dots in a second. But let's cover something here. She covered an incident where she says society, here's
things that plus size
struggle that she allegedly faced while traveling recently.
travelers hate. When the tray table can't come down.
Okay, so Foodie experiences that, where the tray table can't come down. I don't see why what does she want them to do? How is we supposed to fix this? Or how is the airline supposed to fix this? Just get rid of tray tables? Like what? How are they supposed to fix this, JaeBae? Give us a suggestion.
Table can't come down. Worrying about asking for a
All
seatbelt.
right, now this is way too loud. The volume keeps shifting. Okay, let me turn this down.
Extender. Having little to no room to move.
Again, how is this the airplane's fault though? Like you think the airplane doesn't want, I'm not trying to stick up for airlines. There's plenty of problems with airlines. But that's not their fault that they're trying to fit more space, more seats onto the plane. They have to get more seats onto the plane. That's just reality.
Narrow aisles and bulkhead seats. Tiny airplane bathrooms.
This is basically the exact same video she just did, but a different version of it.
Worrying you're going to break the toilet.
Okay, worrying you're gonna break the toilet. This is a big toilet. This is not like a small, dainty toilet. This is an extra large toilet. It's got the extra large seat. This is not discrimination against you, JaeBae. This is just you being really, really big. Okay, let me see what some of you have to say about this. Agreed, Christy. And welcome in, Christy. Yeah, I'm sensing a nasty attitude as well. With NAL, it happens sometimes. That is a good point, Elise. People have to, what if there's a fire? People have to get off the plane quickly. She's blocking the path. And I understand that can happen for people even smaller than JaeBae, but she is so big, she has no way not to block the path. And I'm not saying that she shouldn't be allowed to fly, but if the plane is too small to accommodate her safely, then there's no other option. Exactly. If she's talking about the toilet that is going to break, this is not an airplane toilet. This is a regular toilet. If you're going to break the regular size toilet, JaeBae, that is a you problem. Yeah, these are all her own problems here. And exactly, buy your own seatbelt extender. Oh, no problem, Tendies. If you want to skip ahead and then and then go back later so you can be with the current show, that works. Or you could just watch it your own pace. Either way, enjoy yourself. Yeah, exactly. The airplane bathrooms are small, but this is not a small bathroom. This is a full-size bathroom with a full-size toilet. And if she's worried she's going to break it, then that's on her. Like, they can't reinforce the toilets that much. That's crazy. Yes, Christy Claw, exactly. She wants them to have more space on the airplane. Well, then take first class. Take a private jet. And I'm not saying that that's a reasonable plan, but that's the only option. That's the same. If I want to take an airplane and I want to have more space for myself, I can either get a first class seat or I can take a private jet. That's the same options everybody has. Yeah, they seem she seems so darn entitled. Make bigger planes. Yep. The island bathrooms are not large for anybody. Agreed, Mastos. That's an excellent point, Nutty. There would not be. Okay, so let's see what else JaeBae has to say. And she's got another video which I'm going to cut, which I really want to cover.
Getting pat down because you're fat. Tiny airport chairs with armrests. Things that plus-size travelers hate.
Okay, so now it's replaying. So let's see another one of her videos. Okay, seatbelt extenders
Every time I use a rideshare, I'm forced to ride without a seatbelt.
Why could she not get a seatbelt extender? Why is this woman, everywhere she goes, she's an influencer. She's an influencer. She claims to be an influencer, which means that she has a job, she has money. Why can't she get a seatbelt extender? Why does she have to go without a seatbelt? Does she realize that if she doesn't wear a seatbelt, that she is potentially putting other people in the vehicle at risk? That her body becomes a missile if there's a car accident, and she's going to crash into somebody else and possibly injure them?
Because there are no seatbelt extenders. It's time to make it mandatory.
Yes, make it mandatory. Why don't we make it mandatory for you to have a seatbelt extender, JaeBae? How about we make a law that if you don't bring your seatbelt extender, you can't get in the ride? How about we make that a law?
For ride shares to provide seatbelt extenders. Read the caption for more.
Every time I use a ride share, I am forced to go without a seatbelt. This is BS. This is just crap. This is not true. This is a lie. She is not forced to go without a seatbelt. She forces people to she forces the driver to break the law by allowing her to ride without a seatbelt because she refuses to accommodate herself. This is a common issue for many plus-size individuals. No, it is not. This is a common issue only for the most morbidly obese people who refuse to buy a seatbelt extender. This isn't just inconvenient, it's unsafe. I'm glad you understand that, JaeBae. So what are you going to do to stop being so unsafe? They should reimburse drivers for the cost. Why should drivers need to buy a seat? It's only $20. So why can't she afford one? Although I always bring one, they often don't work. If each driver carried at least one seatbelt extender specifically fitted for their vehicle. JaeBae, this is just not realistic. You say every time I use a rideshare, I'm forced to go without. And then you say the seatbelt extender you have doesn't always work. Well, which is it? Are you always forced to go without a seatbelt, or do you have one that doesn't fit? This is absurd. And why don't you ever have one that goes on the airplane? I know that airplanes only have, I mean, they must have only a certain number of sizes that you can get them in, right?
Every time
Sorry, did I let this?
I use a rideshare, I'm forced to ride without a seatbelt because there are no seatbelt extenders. It's time to make it mandatory for rideshares to provide seatbelt extenders. Read the caption for more.
Okay, so let me see what some of you folks have to say here. Armrests are the nemesis. Exactly, camps. Airplanes are cramped for most people. Welcome in, Bubbles and Marshmallows. There is not a universal seatbelt extender. So, okay, so is JaeBae talking crap when she says she has one? I am not sure about that one. Yeah, it's tough. And I'm going to say this for JaeBae. I would like, I like the idea of there being being a larger seatbelts, but there's more than just that. There's more than just that. She basically wants the entire world to conform to a problem that she can control, and that she refuses to do anything about her health and wants the entire world to conform to her needs is not fair to other people. It really isn't. Now, some of her needs are pretty easy to accommodate. The seatbelt extender, if she could supply her own, I mean, but then again, she says that she looks for her own places that she knows can accommodate her. If she has these special needs, shouldn't she go out of her way to find some means to travel that can accommodate her size? And if it's not available, then it's not available. Okay, but let's cover something a little bit more serious by JaeBae. This is a recent video by her. Let me find this one here. She had a emergency in the airport. Let me find the video, because I just had this one earlier. Here we go. Let me switch to the screen here. Okay, so this is the new video of JaeBae. This is, or not new, but this is the most recent controversy.
Example of why employees.
She went to SeaTac Airport and she said that she's going to shock you with this experience. She's faced something similar.
Sensitivity. Training, a demand outlined in the plus-size travel petition, is desperately needed. I'm a plus-size wheelchair user, and on a recent flight to the SeaTac Airport, I requested wheelchair assistance, as I always do. When it came time for me...
Oh, thank you. That's an excellent point. That's an excellent place, Mouse Toes. And it's not, and I don't like that, I don't like the fact that some people need to make additional accommodations, but if that's what it is, it just is. We can't, adding, the cost would be put onto everybody if it were subsidized in that sense. Plane seatbelt extenders are universal. Okay, I was thinking that because I've been on a plane before and it looked like a very basic style of seatbelt extender. That's another thing, Nutty. JaeBae, nobody's saying she has to be skinny, but she is so big that she's jeopardizing her health and very
to deplane. I saw the employee who would be assisting me with my wheelchair waiting for me in the entry of the jet bridge. As I approached her and she realized she'd be assisting me and not one of the smaller passengers.
Good evening, Goosechuck. Welcome in.
She started to walk away with the wheelchair while making comments about my size. Even when I told her I really needed the chair and needed her to let me sit down in it, she blatantly ignored me and kept walking. I was then forced to walk up one of the longest jet bridges I've encountered.
Okay, so I think this is really interesting here. She says that the woman didn't want to push her up the thing because she was heavy and she was forced to walk. Now, this whole thing, she loves using the term forced. Is there a reason why she couldn't request a different, sit there and just say, hey, I never got my wheelchair? Like if she was, I'm not saying that she should have walked if she can't, but if she's so out of shape that she can't even walk a few feet, she needs to figure out some kind of accommodation for that. And maybe traveling should not be her first priority. If you're so unhealthy that your lips turn blue and you collapse from walking a few feet, perhaps your priorities should be first on health and second on recreation.
and she didn't stop. By the time she let me reach the wheelchair and sit down, my lips were white. My oxygen levels had dropped and I almost fainted. This was my first time flying without oxygen. This woman just assumed I could walk and would rather me do that, instead of her having to push someone my size up the jet bridge. All the other attendants wheeled their passengers up the jet bridge, but my needs were disregarded. This is discrimination. Nobody should be treated this way. Share your story at...
Okay, this is discrimination. Now, again, I don't want to say here that, because if she can't walk, she can't walk. But she's not being honest when she says things like, well, you know, I'm just plus size and it's not a problem and it's my choice. And then she says, well, I'm basically crippled. I'm a cripple, but I'm okay with that. And you should have to accommodate me because I've chosen to cripple myself. Now, a lot of people have disabilities for various reasons, and I have a lot of sympathy for that. But most of those disabilities are beyond their control. Most people don't choose to be disabled. JaeBae chooses to be disabled. She chooses to be disabled. It is what it is. At this point, it's a choice to be that heavy. There's something she could do to at least try to reduce her weight. And I'm sure she's going to come back. She would come back and say, I have disabilities that are not related to my weight. I have this disability, and that's why I need the wheelchair. But the fact that she is so heavy is clearly the real reason she needs the wheelchair. She can argue all she wants about what the quote-unquote real reason is. But she was out of breath. She could barely stand. And if she's choosing to be this disabled, I don't think she has the right to be angry at people for not accommodating every element of her chosen disability. Did she pay for both of those seats? Apparently, the person who bought her the plane did. Thank you, Elise. Exactly. You broke your leg. It is what it is. But it's unfortunate and it's tough, and that happens sometimes. But it's not like you broke your leg on purpose and then said, hey, I got a busted leg. I need you to wheel me around now. Yeah, and pushing, and another thing, there was a ramp. The ramp is designed for people who are out of shape. That's why they don't have stairs. So that at least I assume that's why they don't use stairs, to make it a little bit easier for people. Exactly. They should, if her lips were turning white, they should not have let her on the plane. If she looked like she was going to collapse. Oh, no problem, Goose Chuck. Thank you. You too. Agreed, Mouse Toes. They wouldn't be able to handle an emergency. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Let's see it. Let's
change.
So here, she's saying that this is discrimination, that she was expected to walk up a ramp. JaeBae is. All right, let's see another video from JaeBae. Let's see another one here.
After all the messages telling us
this one's just obnoxious. Let me play this one. Okay.
My ordeal at sea.
Oh no, I covered this one. Hold on, let's go to the other one. All right, I got to turn off the music because it's copyrighted. Okay, she is claiming here that these are things that will make her act up on a flight as a plus-size traveler. Someone intentionally being rude to somebody over their body size. Okay, now first of all, I don't think this happens very often. And I'm not going to say it never happens, because yes, it can happen. Is this a regular, hold on, is that a regular size can of soda? Because if that's a regular size can of soda, this woman is a giantess. But yes, someone intentionally being rude to somebody else. First of all, I don't think JaeBae gets up and protects other people. She would be out of breath. How could she get up and defend somebody else when she can't even walk up an incline without collapsing? She doesn't have the energy to defend anybody else. She doesn't even have the energy to defend herself, unless it's typing on Instagram. Someone kicking my seat for the entirety of a flight. Okay, well, that's got nothing to do with being plus size. Someone being rude to any passenger unnecessarily. Again, JaeBae, I don't think you even have the stamina to defend yourself. You don't even have the stamina to stand up. And how are you going to stand up for somebody else if you can't even stand up to walk to your seat? Someone being unkind to the flight attendants, unless it's you. Hearing somebody comment on mine or someone else's weight. Why is she so hyper vigilant looking for offense? Things that make me act up on a flight as a plus size traveler. How about just not looking for trouble? All right. Let's cover another one. So the music on this one was cut off as well. So here we go. She says 853 million people fly an airline every year. She's surveyed thousands of travelers. I don't believe that. I don't believe she's surveyed thousands of travelers. And over 86% of them believe the airline industry is not plus size friendly. Okay, plus size or morbid obesity friendly? I agree it's not plus size friendly, but the airline industry is not people friendly. It's not friendly toward anybody. It's a business and it's unpleasant. Welcome in, Ellen. Oh, actually, I already welcomed you in. I'm glad you agree. Does she have her own area code? Agreed, Patty. Exactly. If JaeBae knows that she's not able to walk up an incline, she needs to either reconsider her traveling or the fact is she needs to focus on her health. If her health is so poor that she can't even make it through the airport without other people assisting her, she's probably not, she has no business traveling as much as she likes to think she does. Good, well said, Nutty. That's a good point, Eliza. She's just so, JaeBae seems very entitled, but let's put on I got some other videos by her. Okay, so let's go back to her Instagram, because I want to cover, because her Instagram has got some other good stuff on it. So let me find something on her Instagram real quick. One second here. I'm trying to find the right video. Hold on, I have a few of these. Here we go. This one's about pools. Let me show this one.
Isn't optional. Make handrails mandatory at all pools.
Okay, make handrails mandatory at all pools. Now, on one hand, I like the idea of adding handrails, but let's be realistic for a second. How is this going to happen? How are they going to make handrails mandatory? What is the process for doing that? Passing a law. So what's going to be the process to enforce that law? Fines. So in other words, now we're going to have government inspectors going around doing inspections of pools to make sure that they're, quote, accessible. And if they're not, they're going to be issuing fines to small business owners because they don't have a massively reinforced bar, a pole to get into their tiny little pool. Now, this pool is clearly a large pool. This is clearly a large resort. They already have a bar. But if it's some tiny little mom and pop hotel, some bed and breakfast, they can't afford to redesign their pool to accommodate people as big as livestock. They just can't do it. It's not realistic. So passing a law that is going to tell them, hey, if you cannot make your place able to accommodate people over 600 pounds, you're not allowed to operate. That is not fair. That's anti-business, it's anti-entrepreneur, it's anti-freedom. It's just a terrible idea to make it so that people are going to have to pay fines if they don't install extra large equipment suitable for the needs of one person. Because there are not that many people traveling at this weight, and frankly, there shouldn't be, because like Elizu said, it's a health hazard.
For swimmers of every size and ability. Without handrails, we're excluding so many from enjoying pools safely. It's time to ensure everyone can swim with confidence. Demand mandatory handrails now.
Yeah, JaeBae is just, and it's really the entitlement. I think that's really what it is. I think if JaeBae said like, hey, you know what? I think this would be nice. I think this is a good idea. What do you people think? Do you think, if JaeBae said something like, you know, it really bothers me when I go to a hotel and I find that there's no way for me to easily get in and out of the pool. That's frustrating. I wish that this hotel had a better bar for me to get in and out of the pool. That's a fair thing to say. She could say, you know what, I gave a review to the hotel and I said it was a good hotel, but I did make a complaint and I said that I didn't like how they didn't have a bar to help me get in and out of the pool. Okay, that's fair. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to give your personal review of a place, but don't claim you're being discriminated against because they don't have a pole on the pool that can support somebody who weighs 500 pounds.
Plus size travel petition, people like to compare a person needing to buy additional plane seats to the concept of paying for overweight or additional luggage.
I think that's a very reasonable thing. Again, this isn't a matter of sociology. I have a feeling she's going to say that it's a matter of discrimination, but in reality, it's physics. And that's one thing that bothers me about JaeBae here. She talks about discrimination. And yes, there is such a thing as people discriminating based on their opinion, based on their belief. That happens. Whether it's right or wrong is a separate issue. But what she's talking about is just the discrimination of the laws of physics. Physics is not bound by the Civil Rights Act or anything like that. The laws of physics are what they are, and they are fatphobic. There's no nice way to say it. Physics is fatphobic, as JaeBae would say. The plane is based on the amount of weight that it has to take into the air. It has to do things like measure the amount of fuel, measure the trip. It has a lot of physics involved. And okay, let's hear what her explanation.
But you need to understand something. Once you check your luggage, there is a human that has to handle that luggage and get it onto the plane. And did you also know that back injuries are very common for ramp agents at the airport? To lower that risk of back injury, strict standards have been set on how much that baggage can weigh.
I just don't believe this is true. For her to refuse to acknowledge that airplanes have always cared about weight, and just so you realize this, a lot of small planes will weigh the passenger. I know it's not acceptable or cool or socially nice to do it, but in the old days they would weigh the passengers. They would need to know the weight of the luggage and the passengers on the plane because they didn't have these giant jets. They had small propeller planes and they could only support so much weight. As time went on and planes became larger and more robust, they were able to carry more weight. So they didn't need to worry about individual passenger weights as much. But it does matter. It's not purely about the people having to load the luggage. And what about the people having to help? But she wants to talk about luggage, people hurting their back, lifting luggage onto a plane. What about the person who has to help you get onto the plane, JaeBae? What about the person who has to pull you out of the bathroom when you get stuck? What about the person who has to push your fat ass up that ramp? Were you concerned about whether they were going to hurt their back? She's so concerned about people hurting their back, carrying heavy luggage, but she went off on that flight attendant, just called her a fat-phobic, bad person, tried to get her fired because she didn't want to risk hurting her back pushing JaeBae up the ramp. This woman is so entitled and myopic.
Also, let's be clear that luggage is an inanimate object.
Okay, I knew it. It's an inanimate object. Okay, so the laws of physics care whether an object is animate or inanimate. How does that work, JaeBae?
People are sentient individuals.
I'm not sure about you.
With a right to a certain level of decency, respect, and safety.
Agreed. JaeBae, people have a right to decency. Respect your right to decency. Have some decency and stop embarrassing yourself like this, please.
So stop comparing people to luggage.
Oh, and the right to safety. They're right, they do. They have the right to a walkway that is free of obstruction. When you're on that plane, can you promise that you will not be an obstruction in the walkway? I don't think you can.
Plus-size individual or tall individual or someone needing more space on a plane is not the same as someone wanting to bring an extra Gucci suitcase.
In the laws of physics, it is. JaeBae, you just don't know. It is. It's exactly the same. Weight is weight. Weight is weight. The plane does not say, the laws of physics don't count 500 pounds of JaeBae as different from 500 pounds of butter. It weighs the same as far as the plane is concerned.
Humans are not being carried by ramp agents who could potentially...
Yes, they are. They absolutely are. You want them to push you up the ramp. You literally have a video right here asking somebody to push your human body up the ramp. And you're now saying that humans are not required to lift other humans? You're not making any sense, JaeBae.
And we deserve space on a plane to be comfortable and safe. So
okay, so what about the other passengers?
Stop saying that if someone is taller or they weigh more, that they deserve to pay more for the same experience getting from point A to point B.
Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying they deserve to pay more. They're just saying that the plane has to, there's a cost for the seat. And if you need more seat, the cost is relatively more. It's like if you need more luggage. Oh, but luggage is an inanimate object. It doesn't matter.
That's just not fair, and it's not human decency.
It's not fair. You know it's not human decency, JaeBae? That you're going to stand here and argue that the lady who had to push you up the ramp somehow is not entitled to have her health be considered. She could fly as cargo. I think at this point she should. Thank you, Elise. That is a good point. And also, let's point out, there's a big difference between obese and overweight and morbid obesity. When somebody is overweight, it's tough and it's unpleasant, but it's something that is within within the realms of accommodation. You still fit in the seat. Might be a little tight, but you could still fit. You could still make it up and down the aisle. You could still use the facilities. You don't need somebody to push you up the ramp. Absolutely, Nirvana. She needs everyone to accommodate her. She doesn't care about making other people uncomfortable. All she talks about is how she needs everybody else to accommodate her. When is the last time you went out of your way to accommodate somebody else? When's the last time you said, you know what, me being fat really makes this other person's life difficult. I'm gonna not go on this because my fat body is making it harder for everybody else. When's the last time you said that, JaeBae? When's the last time you inconvenienced yourself for the benefit of somebody else? Have you ever? You're all splashed out. That's another good point, Elizu. They don't just enable obesity, they enable immobility. Because this is beyond just obesity. This is immobility. This is somebody who can't even move under her own power. I think most of us will. Does she only travel? I think it is. See, that's the impression she gets. I don't think she... In fact, yes, she has said that she has become a digital nomad and she no longer has a permanent residence. What's that, Christy? Agreed, crab apples. By JaeBae's logic, one person for one seat. Okay, well, what if two people can fit? Okay, JaeBae. Well, what happens then if we get these plus size, extra large seats and two people can fit on one of your fatso seats? Would they be able to get one seat for both of them? Or are they going to have to pay for one seat twice as large as what they need? How about that, Jay? It doesn't make sense because that's what's going to happen. People are going to say, hey, how come I have to pay for this giant seat that could easily hold two people? I could have myself and my girlfriend could fit in this same chair. Why do we have to pay for an extra ticket? Well, because some of the people on the plane are really fat and we need to hire extra people to push them around in wheelchairs. I am sympathetic to people who are heavy. I very much so. JaeBae is the least sympathetic person I've seen in a while. Good point, Mouse Toes. Those rails are not designed to support hundreds and hundreds of pounds. I'm no problem, Empress shoving in. That's what replays are for, right? But glad you could make it in, though. Appreciate it. Exactly, Nirvana. And it's not because they want to discriminate. It's for safety. It's for safety. If the laws of physics didn't matter and they had airplanes that could support an endless amount of weight, if the airplanes were made out of some magical material and they could expand and shrink depending how much space they needed, then yeah, I would agree. I would say that the plane can hold 10,000 pounds extra, so why are we concerned about an extra 1,000 pounds if it can hold 10,000 more? That's a fair concern, but the plane has a weight limit. What about the planes, Felix? Good point. She could become a missile. Exactly, okay. She's upset about everything. I'm sorry to hear that, Elizu. That's what I'm saying, but hold on. JaeBae cares about people having to lift heavy luggage, but not about having to lift heavy people. I think she thinks she is. And again, and Nutty, and what is being done to accommodate them? That's the other thing. She talks about, well, taller people. Okay, so are they going to make the plane a foot taller? Are they going to make the plane, every plane now has to be tall enough to accommodate people who are 7 feet tall without having to bend their head? It's not realistic. This really is an entitlement issue. I agree, Empress. I tried to come into this, and we're not going to cover somebody so aggravating every week. Sometimes we're going to, hey, welcome to Crab Apples. Good to see you there. We should not. Agreed. That is a good point, Empress. That's what she basically wants. She basically wants her own private plane, but she wants everybody else to pay for it. Okay, so let me pull up a few more of these. I don't really have too many more. At least
I can't use most airplane lavatories and need...
She is always talking about traveling at her size. If travel is so important to her. It's like when Anna, remember when Anna was always talking about how she loved to run and she wouldn't do anything to lose weight? And it's like, if you love to run so much, why won't you do anything to help you to run more? If JaeBae loves to travel, why is she refusing to do anything to make her experience a little bit easier and more enjoyable?
Neither can many other plus-size individuals, as well as those who are differently abled. It's inhumane that the travel industry doesn't prioritize making travel accessible and comfortable for everybody.
I think they do prioritize that. This is just an ad for a chat. I think they do prioritize that, but I think that there's a limit to how much they can. Okay, so let me see. I was just gonna pull these up mostly at random. So let's try this one here.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Jay. And
so this is the kind of stuff JaeBae eats.
Today I'm in Las Vegas and I'm trying something that I'm really excited about, the Fat Shack. Y'all know I'm fat. I love anything with the name fat in it, so I'm really excited to try this. I got these boneless buffalo fingers right here. I'm about to give them a try.
Okay, now, like I say, I don't mind snacks and things, but JaeBae is doing everything she can to gain weight. She is trying to be as big as possible and then complaining when it inconveniences her. JaeBae, you've inconvenienced yourself through your size. Are you going to claim that diabetes discriminates when you need to get your foot removed?
All right, I love chicken and I love anything spicy, so yup. Those are like a 8 out of 10 for sure. Yup. All right.
Hey, well, yeah, they're selling them as boneless.
Try, y'all.
She does have the foodie shape. She does have the foodie shape. And that is a lot of food. It doesn't, you know, so it's zoomed out so it doesn't look like as much, but actually that is a lot of food. That is like that is a lot of chicken and that is a lot of fries. And there's something else in here too. And that looks like a sugary soda. She eats like foodie.
So warm, yummy. Last thing, I got these mozz sticks right here. Love a good mozz stick. Oh, look at that cheese pool.
She is so much like Foodie. It's like if Foodie went traveling all the time, I think she'd be JaeBae. Okay, so let me pull up, let me see if we got some other good ones here. She has so many of these. Oh, here, talking about Ozempic.
If you or someone you know
This is now her trying to stir up a lawsuit, or she's being used as a patsy, perhaps. But let me let her explain it.
Ozempic, Trulicity, Wegovy, or something similar, stop scrolling. You could be entitled to compensation. Have you experienced persistent vomiting, gastroparesis, or stomach paralysis? What about intestinal blockage or bowel obstruction after taking Ozempic or similar drugs? If so, Allied Law is here to help. Allied Law has top-notch attorneys who have already recovered over $10 billion for individuals and families. Here's the best part. You won't pay a cent unless they win.
Welcome in, Stackers. That's an interesting point. Thank you for sharing. Agreed, Tucker. I don't like to be rude and just say, oh, she should lose some weight. But at this point, JaeBae is doing everything she can to make herself heavy. It might be. I'd have to compare them side by side before I can really say. It's tough. And again, this isn't to criticize her for being fat. This is more to criticize her entitled attitude. But, you know, if you're fat, you're fat. You can work on it. But there's no reason why you have to be so obnoxious.
Win for you. No upfront cost or hidden fees. With Allied Law, they'll simplify the legal process, so you can focus on your health.
I love how she's trying to get people to say that they've trying to do lawsuits for Ozempic. This just feels so, it feels so scammy, doesn't it? All right, so this is her first 20 days. Oh, the audio got removed on this one also? Okay. So anyway, this is her digital nomad. Creating representation for plus-size travelers is a dream turned reality. Despite the voices telling us to stay home, I'm one of those voices, travel isn't just for some, it's for everybody. I don't have a problem with her traveling. I have a problem with her complaining constantly about how everybody else needs to do more to accommodate her. Okay, great. I'm happy for her that she travels. I think that's good. But the issues that we brought up about safety on the plane is a fair one. If she is not able to safely fit onto the transportation, that's an issue. All right. All right, you know what? I think that's good for tonight. We covered basically a full show. So I want to let me put on my little. Oh, you do a little poll, and we're gonna do the exit music, and I'm gonna send you out. So let me put on the music real quick, and then we're gonna do our little poll for anybody who wants to sit and stay for it for just one moment. Okay, so let me make a little poll real quick in the chat, and then I will send you off to Hannibal. Anybody? I'll actually. Nutty, could you put the link to Hannibal's channel in the chat for everybody? If you don't mind, while I make this poll here. Or if any of my mods wants to do it, that'd be fine. But let me put the poll in here real quick. So the poll is, JaeBae, good influence, Bad influence. Under the influence. All right. And with that, I'm going to say good night, folks. You've been a fantastic audience, as always. Let me get that link for Hannibal's channel. Oh, there you go. Nutty got it. Okay, well, thank you, everybody. You folks are awesome. All right, let me see. Oh, no problem, Everest. That's what replays are for, right? Scammer. Feels that way. Does she get paid to travel? She says she does. I don't know. Good shade. Good night, Fallen Angel. Good night, everybody. Good night, Nutty. Good night, Nirvana. Hope you have a good time on your date. Good night, Tucker. Friends. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night, Fiona's mom. I'll be over there in a little bit. Good night, Capricorn and Jay. Everybody have a wonderful night. I'll see you all around. Thank you for coming in.